Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Now you know that I have been feeling old for quite some time, and of course the five members of this program always remind me that, oh yeah, you're old.
Yes.
But hate to say this, you bastards, but guess what? You're coming up there with me.
I know. That's the unfortunate thing. You can make fun of somebody for getting old, but eventually you're the one that's also going to be made fun of for getting old.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
You can't run from that.
Yeah, my buddy Weeze always laughs at me now and says, yeah, okay. Remember how you made fun of me all the time? I know. And he goes, yeah, welcome to the club, you old bastard. I'm like, yeah.
That's why it's fun when, we always have fun, but when someone tries to take a real shot about someone's age, you realize at some point you're also going to be that age.
Yeah, I never really took that into account, and now it's all coming back to haunt me.
We're going to live forever. What are you talking about?
But it was pretty funny. I used to have a friend who, at the time, I was probably 23, and he was 35, and I would make fun of him for being old. And he's like, you realize you're going to be 35? And I was like, yeah, and at that point, you're going to be 48. So
always
I don't know
have
what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it isn't until other people start making fun of you, then you realize you're old. So that's the thing. You look around and you go, no one's making fun of me yet, because these young people are like kids in high school and they want to be me because, I'm old, I'm out but yeah, then you get to be, oh, wow, okay, younger people are making fun of me now. I am old, and if you remember some of these lines from the 90s, this is going to be bad, because people 22 years and younger will have no idea what the hell you're talking about if you say things like this, which, of course, were very common sayings in the 90s. Have you tried blowing in the Nintendo cartridge? Sometimes that works.
Yeah, blowing the cart, man.
Dude. And they would always tell you not to do it, but we all did it.
Yeah. And you know what? If you say that to a 22-year-old or younger, they're going to go, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. Now it's like, if it's not streaming, you can't blow into the stream. I don't think you can.
Well, you can, but I think learning Ghostbusters or something, that's not good, right?
I don't click on entirely, man.
I'm not clicking on those thumbnails. That's not my thing.
Here's another phrase that people 22 and under will not have a clue. Get off the phone. I need to use the internet.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot about that. In order to use the internet, you couldn't have your landline being used.
No,
yeah.
I remember we had to get a second line just because of America Online, and everyone was monopolizing the phone line.
I'm sorry, guys. We just got a text from a 22-year-old. What's a landline?
Yeah, I know, right? It's a phone, but you can't take it with you.
It's got this really long cord that you'll probably get wrapped around if you spend any time on it.
Oh, the long cords were just amazing, because I remember when we had it in my house, my sisters were, of course, that's all they did was stay on the phone. And when we got the long, that was what they got for their birthday, or they asked for the long cord. Can I please, so I can get some privacy for my stupid brother?
The long cord was great because we'd always have to play limbo. If my brother and I were wanting some privacy, we'd go into the bathroom to talk to our friend, and then the long cord was going in through the door, and you close the door, and you're just
what's happening?
And then you were like, we got a cordless phone. Oh, this is great. As long as the antenna is able to connect with the other antenna, you're good.
Yeah. What's an antenna?
Another thing that was funny with the phone that probably wouldn't be a thing today was my mom, because we never had the internet, but we always had, and she also didn't want to pay for call waiting. So a lot of times people would call and it would just be the busy signal.
I'm sorry, what's
not the thing? Exactly.
Right. It's call waiting. I'm sorry. I'm totally.
Dude, when I get a busy signal and I call to get takeout food, if I'm calling get some Thai food and it's busy, I'm like, They must be shut down. There must be a problem. We should call the cops. Something weird's going on.
You're absolutely right.
They might be in danger.
There's no busy signal. You're like, yeah, it's the end of the world. It's like the zombies have won. I can't believe it because busy signal.
Or do you remember, like, someone was saying, like, so I forgot where I was, but someone was talking about something. I'm like, well, did you get their number? Like, no, I didn't get it. Didn't show up on the caller ID. I'm like, oh, you should just start 69 now.
Dude, right? Remember when not everything showed up on caller ID?
Oh, right, yeah.
Or there was, what was the other one where you could do something where it would, like, star something and it would block your number?
Star 67.
Star 67.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, someone's a prank caller.
See, Star 69 was a lot nicer.
But
that was before 69 was funny.
Yeah, and that was also they charged in Albuquerque. I don't know if it was everywhere, but I didn't know that was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then three-way calling as well.
Oh my gosh!
If you would do three-way calling, they would charge you like 75 cents.
Wow, Danny, you are so old. I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is this?
We had three-ways back in my day.
Yeah,
get on my level.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with three-ways, to be honest.
So
ever.
Of course, the greatest rhyme of the 90s, which anybody under 22 will never get. It is probably the best rhyme ever created in the whole decade. Be kind, rewind.
Yeah.
Yep. And anybody under 22 says, what do you mean rewind? What?
That is so funny. About? Yeah, that was a big thing because you couldn't bring that VHS tape back to the rental store and it wasn't fully rewound.
No, they would charge you.
Yes.
They would. Yeah.
Even though all they did is put in a stupid rewind machine, and it's not like they had to like do it by hand and like hurt their wrist or something.
That's when you first realize that sometimes businesses are a racket.
Yes.
However,
nickel and dime you.
The updated version of that for a while, and I think they fixed it finally. I think it was either Disney Plus or HBO Max. They didn't have a option where you could play the stream from the beginning. So if somebody started watching the movie and then you'd go to watch it yourself, it was like in the middle, and you'd have to rewind it manually back to the beginning. And I was like, "What are you doing? Rewind it next time." And I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah, that was the greatest creation of streaming, was like when they realized, why are we like Blockbuster Video? Can you please have us start from the beginning option?
Yeah.
Dude, I like this one because it goes back to this cell phones and just how people aren't used to having landlines nowadays. Someone said 22 and younger, you'll never feel that satisfaction of slamming the phone when you're mad and you hang up on someone.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, and you get that whole, like, through the whole house, the bell that just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, you aggressively hit the button... They don't hear that.
It really doesn't do the same thing.
Doesn't even make you feel good.
Unless you throw the phone through their TV, then that's all you can really do.
That needs to be a new feature on a phone, like on the next update. Like when you could either hit the hang up button or they could have like an angry emoji button.
Ooh.
And you hit that and it makes the sound for you.
Yeah, they can hear it on their end. Oh, wow, he forcibly hung up on me.
Right, so they know that you're pissed and it wasn't just a disconnect.
Speaking of phones, here's a phrase that people under 22 will not have an idea what you're talking about. Can you pass me the phone book, please?
Oh, yeah.
Books.
I still am surprised when I'll get a Yellow Pages. Like they'll just drop it off in my house.
I haven't gotten one of those.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but every once in a while somebody will drop one off, and I'll be like, why? Who's still doing this? It happened about 6 months ago, and I'm like, are you really?
You're probably on an old person list somewhere.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I'm on it. Okay.
Make sure you put those early bird buffet specials in there as well.
Yeah, even as all of you geniuses are basically talking good old days, the 22-year-olds don't know. You're still coming at me.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
How about this one? Someone said, roll up your window. Like, we used to actually physically have to use a handle to roll a car window up and down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Do people say roll up your window or do they say raise your window? Because that's an interest. Because I still say roll up because I'm an idiot.
Well, in all fairness, my old Jeep Wrangler, it wasn't super old, but it was my last car before I got my new one. I had to roll up the window because it didn't have a power windows.
I was so shocked at that. I didn't know they made vehicles like that.
Yeah, same.
When we got in your car,
it was 2009, I think. Yeah, it wasn't like as if it was like a
jeez.
I was just like
the 70s.
Even still, 2009. It's like, wow, we've got iPhones. They're still making you roll up your window in 2000. All right, okay, yeah. How about this one? If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
Can you dial the operator anymore?
I don't think so.
Oh, if you try zero,
once.
What does it get you at zero?
It just probably says, all right, what's the next number?
Yeah. Wow.
Someone even said like the rotary phone. No one knows that anymore. I mean, it's like novelty stores have those as a gift, but most of them look like a rotary, but they still have push buttons.
And exactly.
I just tried dialing 0. It goes to nothing. It's just an automated voice.
It'd be funny if it was like an old lady that just answers, goes, well, I haven't received a phone call in 16 years.
I was kind of hoping that, but no.
Who are you?
That would
From
be
the
fantastic
future.
if there was still an operator somewhere.
She's like in the hatch from that old TV show Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Just waiting for the call.
I've been stuck in here since 1969.
Right?
Another phrase from the 90s that 22-year-olds will not understand. And, of course, this one is, I remember this, man. You've got mail.
Oh, yeah.
Jen never had AOL.
Neither did I.
You never had AOL.
I
Wow.
lived on AOL, man. That's how I
oh, yeah.
We didn't have internet. We didn't have internet for a while. And, like, by the time I got internet, AOL was like, it was there, obviously, but it wasn't like the go-to anymore.
Yeah, if you're
I was a Yahoo guy. Remember Yahoo?
Oh, well, that was after AOL, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you're super geeky, and I'm only going to do this for the super geeks out there, and again, 22-year-olds aren't even going to know what I'm talking about. Do you remember CompuServe, which was another way of doing? It wasn't AOL; it was the better way to get on the internet, really.
Well, yeah, because
if you had a brain, if you were like really fancy.
And AOL actually didn't really, for the longest time, didn't get you on the internet, like the World Wide Web. It was such a pain in the ass. It was mostly just chat rooms.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember when they used to give away the CDs for AOL, and they would be like, this gets you on the internet? I remember because my mom refused to get the internet, and so all my friends were like, here, just take the CD. It helps hook it up, and like, not realizing you still have to connect it to a phone line and pay.
Yeah.
It says 30 days free on the CD.
This is sad that
We
this
used to
is
collect the
something.
CDs thinking like we had like like it was currency. Like one day they'll run out and we'll have all the CDs. And we
This explains your investing abilities right there.
meaning piss poor. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. How about people under 22 will never get to do this goofy, stupid joke? Typing 5318008 into a calculator. Boobies.
Remember the math equation that would equal to? It was like Dolly Parton's like a size something, and she.
Yes.
What the hell was it? It was a whole stupid math joke.
You know what? I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about. Oh. And the reason it worked was because the numbers were written like old school computer style, like you see in like if you're like, oh hey, it's robot looking numbers. That's why it looked like boobies. Whereas now, the numbers look like numbers, and it's not as easy as it was back then.
Oh, so it was Sally had 69 boobs, which was way too many. So 69222. So she went to the doctor on 51st Street, said she had to take a certain pill 8 times a day, which left her. And then you flip your calculator over, and it said boobless.
Boobless.
Oh, boobless, nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See, we did it with Dolly Parton, though. I think had 69 boobs. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, I found that one as well, too. And as Dolly Parton was 69 pounds overweight, the doctor said it was too much. So he gave her 51 pills to take 8 times a day. She ended up with the thing, and then,
Boobless.
Boobless.
Turn it upside down. And, man, we would howl every time. We're like, no, it says boobless.
Right?
I know, we were such idiots.
I mean, I haven't grown. I still think it's funny.
Yeah, right?
We got a woman that was driving a Porsche who was busted for stealing a bottle of water. Now, she's driving a Porsche. It was all caught on video, too. We got the audio. You're going to hear it at 8:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You got to check out this video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com because it's a woman who's trying to justify stealing 2 expensive water bottles from a restaurant in Santa Monica, California. And she's in her car and eventually hands them over to a manager and drives off. And from the logo on the steering wheel, it looks like she's driving a Porsche. Here's the audio of her interaction with the manager.
Ma'am, please give me back our property.
Oh, my God. You guys charge $70 for these bottles.
What are you
crazy?
Ma'am, what are you talking about? We do not sell those.
And you're worried about something that I paid $70 for.
You did not pay $70 for that.
Yeah,
we don't even, there's no possible way. It doesn't exist. Hey, give me the other bottle.
Bye.
Give me the other bottle.
Hey.
What is wrong with this woman?
Wow.
Did they give her a field sobriety test? Because I don't know.
Yeah, she was hitting the mimosas, man.
Right? I feel like there's more than her than just being a biatch. Like, or maybe that's just how she is.
I mean, it is the entitlement that really gets me. And here's this dude like, really? We got to draw the line somewhere. You think you own this place and you're just going to be this person and you can just walk off with whatever you want and this stuff costs money?
I just don't think, we don't charge $70 for a bottle of water.
Yeah.
When did you come up with that price?
Yeah, show me the receipt.
Yeah.
Really.
They're not even that fancy. That's the sad part. Like, I've been to some like nice restaurants that have like the good, water, like the cold water bottles that they pour it out of. That's not even a nice one.
It just looks like a very random bottle of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very Karen moment right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you check out the video, see for yourself. And Santa Monica, that's where that's where a lot of the celebrities and the rich folks hang out.
Yeah, people like to live beside the ocean there, I hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see what you did there. Okay.
Thanks, Art Alexander.
Wow.
Yeah, good old Everclear joke in 2022.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
No, not at all. Recently, we were talking about how people under the age of 22 have no idea what you're talking about. So you keep going, old man.
What do you want from me?
Keep doing it.
I'm going to keep it up, man.
Yeah.
All right, these jokes for life.
All right, here's another old man moment. This is horrible. This has been a terrible day for us.
What'd you do?
Well, the idea that I'm about to mention something to you that I bet that people under 22, they don't know what this is. And that is a Kmart. Do you think anybody under the age of 22 knows what a Kmart is?
Which is so crazy because at one point, that was now people go to Walmart when you want to get something kind of on the cheap.
Sure.
But I'll just go swing by there. I could probably get it for a pretty cheap price. That was Kmart. Kmart was like Target.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had 2,000 stores in the United States. And you just mentioned it, Steve. The Walmarts and the Targets really just took a bite out of Kmart. Came along.
Even so much the Big Lots, too.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
They just got wrecked by the new, shinier, cooler stores that did what they did, but better.
They had no scandal. They didn't get involved in any weird sex scandal, Kmart, right?
I think that they just
the whole store.
Yes.
Look, Target is a cool store. And they made it look better. Kmart kind of looked like a store you really didn't want to be seen in.
Yeah.
And Target is not that way at all. I mean, Target, they're always freshening up their display. Yeah. Of course, I am a retail whore, so I'll tell you why I love all the things they do right. Having worked in the business for 5 minutes. But how about...
Which makes you an official.
Of course. Yeah. A Kmart in New Jersey shutting down this week. There's only going to be 3 Kmart stores left in existence. Again, they used to have 2,000 stores.
Dude, that's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, I've never. It's been forever since we used to have one in Linwood when I lived in Linwood, but that's the last time I ever went to one.
Yeah, we had one in Tacoma right off of 6th Avenue, and now it got tore down and is now becoming apartments.
That was the place though. Like when I was a kid, my mom couldn't afford a lot. I mean, she was just a single mom teacher, and so that was her place, was Kmart, and that's all where all my clothes came from and all the knockoff brands. But everyone at school used to know, they could tell that it wasn't Walmart, it wasn't it was Kmart, and I was so embarrassed by it.
This is kind of funny when the Walmart shoppers are goofing on the Kmart shoppers.
I don't understand why Kmart really, we what happened to them? I mean, especially when they had this amazing jingle. How could they go out of business?
It's a good day to be at Kmart. Kmart, we've got it, man, we've got it good.
Yeah, come on.
Kmart, woo! Kmart, we've got it, man, we've got it good.
You don't got anything anymore, Kmart. What a terrible... I mean, you could have used that for that would have been better for Valtrex or something.
Valtrex.
Yeah.
We got it bad, we got it good.
It does fit
Herpes.
into like an 80s sitcom theme, though, when you think about it. I mean,
who did they pay to make that jingle, and why did they say that was good enough?
Yeah, that was somebody paid somebody for that.
Is that the CEO's daughter that came up with that or something?
Very possible. So Kmart, only 3 stores left, man. And they used the big dog with the blue light specials, and they had the blue siren go off.
I had to look, and it looks like that they are still available in Westwood, New Jersey,
Okay.
Bridgehampton on New York's Long Island.
New Jersey's the one that's closing down, Reva. Unless they had two.
No, it looks like they had two because that Kmart store in Avenel, New Jersey is the one that's closing down.
What are my parents going to do?
Well, they still have one left, and then there's also one in Miami, Florida. So
we have a man mission. We have to hit all the Kmarts before they close, right, boys?
I'm gonna let you go on that mission, you guys. You go right ahead. That's all yours.
The last Blockbuster.
I feel like that could be a documentary that nobody will pick up and put out on their streaming services.
I think it's a really good idea.
Well, they did do the documentary The Last Blockbuster, so maybe they'll do The Last Kmart.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
All right. Now, dude, it's like Kmart and then Toys R Us. Like, those are two stores, like, if you would have told me 20 years ago, like, hey, one day these stores won't exist, I wouldn't believe you, because I was just like, they were go-to stores.
How about Sears?
Yeah.
They're still around, but boy, not a lot of them.
Yeah, not a whole lot of them. The one in Tacoma Mall got torn, like, literally, they just tore down that section.
I know, it's like the one in DePuy in the South Hill Mall. It's there, but it's not open. It's just the sign. The Sears sign was just there forever. Like, just to remind you.
Do we have a Sears anywhere around us?
Chiquilla South Center has one.
It is. Okay, so the South Center Sears is still there.
You still get khakis and a power saw and a leaf blower.
Oh, yeah, probably some of those
tires.
Some of those good Craftsman tools.
Yes.
I mean, they used to, the Sears had the catalog. They were the Amazon of their time, where you could buy their stuff anywhere in the country because the catalog came. And so, they were huge. They were the Amazon of their time.
I used to love that catalog for two reasons. All the toys in the lingerie section.
Hell yeah.
Well,
like, that's where you made your Christmas list and your naughty wish list.
Yep.
Not anymore, boys.
Dude, I'm trying to think, like, of all the stores, though, I think the one that I would love to have to come back, I mean, obviously I love Blockbuster, but I mean, I'm not going to rent movies anymore, like, now that we have streaming. But Toys R Us, especially now with a daughter.
Yeah.
It saddens me that I can't, like, just go to an entire giant store of toys. Like, Walmart, actually, like, we recently went to Walmart and we're like, damn, they have a legit toy section. At least the one in Bonnie Lake. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Like, we were able to walk around. They have a lot of Peppa Pig stuff. So I think they're in cahoots with Peppa. So that was super cool. But, like, Target's got an okay toy section.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Fred Meyer's got an okay one as well. You could get stuff there, but, like, it would have been fun to be able to just, like, walk around with Tatum and just watch her, and then also maybe Dad will see some cool stuff that he wants.
Those were some of the best, because they had a Toys R Us when Lily was a baby up until she was about 3, and we would just walk around, and they had those, like, big vehicles, like, she could go pretend to sit in. And, it was so much fun, and it is really sad that they're.
I think Walmart actually is the big reason, because, like you said, Steve, they have a really big toy department, and I think that was just too much, and the prices, of course, were just too much for Toys R Us.
Amazon was a big
one. You got that,
yeah.
But even though Walmart's got a good toy section, it's still not an entire store of toys. Yeah. Like, that was so awesome.
But yeah, you're right. Amazon's big on that. Remember KB Toy and Hobby?
Yeah.
Remember that in the mall?
Someone said, does KB Toys even exist anymore?
I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
That place was awesome.
I mean, I'm surprised when I still see a GameStop. Like, I'm like, really? There are still people walking into a brick and mortar store to buy, like, their games for their consoles.
Wow. And don't you wonder, like, how are they, is this like a front for something else that's, like, we're not supposed to know about? Like, how many people are coming in to buy stuff nowadays?
Because you download everything now. I mean, Rev, when was the last time you bought a physical copy of a game?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's a really good question, and I think I even ordered it on Amazon to get the delivery, so.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, FAO Schwartz, someone just said as well. That was a good one.
Are they still in New York, or are they gone?
There was the fancy one that was featured in the movie Big.
Yeah.
We had one here, didn't we?
We did in downtown Seattle, right by, like, the Disney store, too, which is not there.
Oh, by the way, the Disney store just gone from Bellevue Square.
They're gone from everywhere.
Yeah.
What the F?
Danny too sells. Yeah, so they closed everything.
Wow.
Also, Amazon closed their brick and mortar bookstores. So they're like, hey, you know what? We thought we would.
They gave that a good go.
Yeah, they did. And now that's gone.
You know what's weird that I saw in Arizona? Lots of Barnes and Noble. Huh. I thought for some reason that, like, I was under the impression
we still have them here. Yeah, I think there's one in Bellevue. Yep. There's one up in University.
And I think there's one in Tukwila still.
Lakewood.
North.
I was like, wow, congrats, Barnes and Noble, you're still around.
Yeah, we went to an old Barnes and Noble that is now a furniture store this weekend.
I don't get it, man. People going to get books. Like, what's that about? Store to buy books.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Who reads?
Yeah, right.
Did you guys ever have a Mervyn's?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's what
was Mervyn's?
It was kind of like a clothing store.
It was a department store.
We had one in Factoria, which Walmart took over, and now Walmart's leaving. In fact, and so the Mervyn's is going to be empty again. Yeah, it was. We did, Danny.
I just remember their ads because it was the woman going up against the wall when they had their big sale, just going open, open, open.
No.
Yeah, but Mervyn's, I don't know. Outside of Factoria, I don't know if there wasn't other Mervyn's around the area. I assume there must have been. But
they tried to rebrand for a while there as Mervyn's of California. They were everywhere.
It's more fashionable.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said that the old Sears at South Hill Mall is going to be turned into a bowling alley.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool. Is it like the one that's at South Center? I can't think of the name of the place.
Lucky Strike?
I think it is not Lucky Strike. There's South Center has. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure because when I was in South Hill, when I came down to see you, Steve, I did see their signs. I think it's the same company that has the one in South
Bolero?
Center. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know because that doesn't sound familiar to me. But either way, I mean, South Center's got the bowling alley. Round one.
The round one. That's when you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not round one down in South Hill.
No idea.
Well, I'll tell you, South Hill, they redesigned that place because I remember I went down there years ago and it was like the carpeting and there didn't seem to be anybody
old.
there.
Yeah.
It was, but I went down when I saw you and thought, wow, they spruced the place up, but malls are having a
Golden
tough time.
Corral, right? Perfect for you, man, for the early heating.
Nice. Yeah.
There's a little controversy in Factoria because I walked by like the store, the part of the mall that is the management part of the mall, and there's a big sign going, "We love Walmart. We have no problem with them. You should go talk to them and find out what's up." And
Was it like beef between Walmart and the mall?
Yeah, I saw the sign, and I'm like, "What is that?" So, of course, I had to go to the Walmart, and then I saw the store closing signs. I'm like, "Wow!" And of course, dude, I mean, the place was packed because everybody is trying to get the best deals ever. Imagine Walmart having clearance sales. Their prices are already low as it is.
Right.
And so it was jammed. I couldn't believe it. It was like, I was like, wow.
What if that's why Kmart's out, man? Walmart's just like the mafia of department stores. They're just whacking stores.
Yeah,
I
remember getting whacked in Factoria.
I remember going into a closing Kmart and it looked like the apocalypse. There was just like most of the shelves were bare. Everything else was kind of just shoved forward.
Graffiti on the walls.
Kinda, yeah. It was just, they were getting ready to tear down the whole thing, so no one cared. And I mean, I could have walked out with just stuff without paying, but I felt bad, so I did.
Zombies came and attacked you. It was weird.
Yeah. Rats are eating humans in the corner of the dressing room.
I wonder if this is if we're seeing the end of malls. I mean, really, because if I don't know, I can't remember South Hill, Steve, but Factoria's got a lot of empty places, and now that they're losing Walmart. It's, I mean, they still have a Target, but it's just like, there's so many empty spots.
Where the hell are you going to get all your walking in if they don't have malls?
Dude, that's what I'm afraid of. Believe me. I am afraid if the mall goes away, what am I going to do?
See, it doesn't impact me until the ends is gone. Then all of a sudden I'm going to start getting mad.
Yeah, well, dude, I hope that never happens. Hope that never happens to you, buddy. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
The robots in disguise are better known as what?
Transformers.
Yes.
Or that meets the eye.
Knew you'd do that. What do you need?
I told you, GoBots.
Oh, GoBots, so much worse.
Wow. I mean, there's just a lot of hate for the affordable Transformers. Okay, fine. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.